ANCOVA. Why ANCOVA? ANCOVA is an extension of ANOVA in which main effects and interactions are assessed after dependent variable. Scores are adjusted and difference associated with one for more covariates that are must measured before the DV and are correlated with it. ANCOVA is a way of controlling for initial individual differences that could not be randomized. Two main purposes ANCOVA: to increase the sensitivity of the test for main effects and interactions by reducing the error term. The error term is bit adjusted for and hopefully reduced by the relationship between the DV and the CVs. CVs are used to assess the noise, where noise is the undesirable variance in the DV that is estimated by scores on the CV. To adjust the means on the levels of DVs itself to what they would be if all subjects scored equally on the CVs. Difference between subjects on CVs are removed so that presumably the only differences that remain are related to the effects of the groupings IVs. The CVs enhance prediction of the DV, but there is no implication of causality. An ANCOVA is an extension of ANOVA in which we'd like to determine if there is a statistically significant difference between three or more independent groups after accounting for one or more covariates. A covariate is a continuous variable that covaries with the response variable. For example, suppose we want to know whether or not studying technique has an impact on exam scores, but we want to account for the grade that the student already has in the class. We can use their current grade as a covariate and conduct an ANCOVA to determine if there is a statistically significant difference between the main exam scores of three groups. Ano ang ANOVA? Ang ANOVA o F-test ay ginagamit upang ikumpara ang tatlo or higit pang bilang ng grupo. Ipinapakita nito kung may significant difference ba sa mga grupong ito. Sa anong temperatura kaya ideal mag-take ng exam? Malamig, normal, o mainit? I-state muna tayo ng hypothesis natin. Ito ang hypothesis null. Population 1 is equal to population 2. Population 2 is equal to population 3. So, ina-assume natin na ang hypothesis null ay walang pinagkaiba yung tatlo o higit pang mga grupo. Alternative hypothesis is actually maraming paraan para i-state ito sa psychological state, pero ito ang pwede natin gamitin in general. Ang shortcoming lang ng ANOVA is hindi siya kayang ipakita kung saan nag-e-exist ang significant difference. Mag-proceed na tayo. For example, ito ang data. Ang una niyong pwedeng gawin, on the scale of 1 to 10, gaano kataas ang score ng mga estudyante? Ang una mong pwedeng gawin ay kunin mo ang mean ng mga grupo. Isang 15 degrees Celsius, malamig, isang 25 degrees Celsius, katamtaman, at 35 degrees Celsius, mainit na temperatura. So, sino kaya yung may pinakamataas na score sa exam? Mag-proceed na tayo sa table. Ito ang Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Yung gawin, nagdagdag kayo ng columns after ng bawat group, which is yung squared. Ito po yung squared. Ito po yung squared na idadagdag nyo. Ito. Meaning, i-square nyo po yung bawat score. Halimbawa, 4 times 4 is equal to 16, 7 times 7, 49, 8 times 8, 64, 2 times 2, 4. And pag nakuha nyo na yan, kukunin nyo na ang total score ng bawat grupo, which is, yung group 1 is 24, group 2, 32, 12. Yung mean, nakuha na natin kanina. Ang next na kukumputin natin is yung submission of squares, which is wala pa at yung submission of x squared. Pag total nyo na ang submission of x squared, which is, ito total nyo lang ito. summation of x squared is equal to 124. Group 2, summation of x squared is equal to 210. Sa group 3, ganun din. Tapos, i-fill up na natin yung mga symbols dito sa gilid. Kung hindi nyo alam yan, ito po yung mga ibig sabihin. Yung k is equals to 3 is kasi yung tatlo silang grupo, malamig, katamtamang at mainit. Kaya tatlo conditions o tatlong grupo. Yung n is equals to 5 is yung participants ng 5 sa malamig, 5 sa katamtaman, at 5 sa mainit. Yung n is equal to 15 is total number of scores. 5 sa malamig, 5 sa katamtaman, 5 sa mainit. So, 15. Yung G is equal to 68 is yung grand total. Ito yung total equals 24, 32, T is equals to 12, and kung compute siya, G is equals to 68. And next, yung summation of x squared. Lahat ito ay inad natin. So, yan yung 124, 210, and 34. So, inad natin yung summation of x squared, ito, at saka ito. So, equals 368. Summation of x squared equal 368. Kailangan na lang natin hanapin is yung summation of squared. So, ito ang formula ng summation of x squared. So, ito yung formula ng summation of x squared. Summation squares is equal to the summation of squared for that group minus the summation of quantities squared divided by n. 124 yung total nila minus 24 quantity squared divided by 5. Divided by 5 is equals to 8.8. Ganon din sa group number 2, 210 minus 32 quantity squared divided by 5, 5.2. Summation of squares is equal to 34 minus 12 quantity squared divided by 5. So, 5.2. Yan na yan. Malaking step yan. Medyo matrabaho nga lang. So, let's proceed to the next. Yung next step, kumpletuhin na natin yung ANOVA table. Ang una nating i-compute is yung SS total. Paano nga ba i-compute yung SS of total? And ito yung formula. Summation of squared total is equal to summation of x squared minus grand total squared divided by n. Ito na po. Yung 368 is nakuha doon sa summation of x squared na kaninang tinotal. At yung grand total naman is 68. And yung n is 15. So, kapag na-total na natin, ito na ang sagot. Summation of x squared total is equals to 59.73. Summation of squareds within treatments is equal to 8.8 plus 5.2 plus 5.2 is equals to 19.2. Next naman is yung sum of squares of between treatments. Ito yung formula niya is yung madali lang. Sum of squares between is equal to sum of squared total minus sum of squares within. So, is equal to 59.73 which is yung total and minus 19.2 which is yung within. It's equals to 40.53. So, dito natin siya ilalagay sa between treatments. Ang next naman natin is yung df, which is degree of freedom. Degrees of freedom total is equals to n minus 1 is equals to 15. 15 minus 1 is equals to 14, so ilalagay siya sa total. Degrees of freedom within is equals to n minus k is equals to 15 minus 3 is equals to 12. Dito siya sa within treatments. So, df between is equals to k minus 1 is equals to 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. Dito naman siya sa between treatments. Difference between number of participants and minus number of group. Kaya yan, 15 minus 3 is equals to 12. Naman natin ito total is yung ms, which is madali lang. Ang formula lang is 40.53 divided by difference freedom 2 is equals to 20.265. Within naman is ganun din. 19.2 divided by difference freedom 12 is equals to 1.6. Ano nyo makukuha yung F? 12.67. Ganito lang. 20.265 divided by 1.6. So, 12.67. Di kompleto na yung ANOVA table. So, ano na ang ating next na gagawin? Ang next step natin is alamin ang tabular value para sa F. Mayroon tayong difference freedom na nakikita at difference for the denominator. Freedom kanina is between 2. So, ito yung numerator niya. At ang dm for the numerator, yan naman po is yung within treatments, yung 12. Po siya nakuha. So, ang gagawin is hahanapin nyo kung saan pagtatagpuin yung 2 and yung 12. So, sa 3.88. Next step is ikukumpara na ang F statistic sa critical value galing sa table kanina. Ito na lahat ng na-compute. Yung F sa table is 12.67, yung tabular F is 3.88. Nakikita naman natin na mas malaki ang F, and kapag mas malaki ang F compare sa table F, i-reject ang null hypothesis. Conclusion, may significant difference sa exam score sa pagitan ng tatlong grupo. At kapag may significant difference, pwede mo na yang malaman gamit ang post-hoc test gamit ang software. Yan lang. Thank you po.